fuck the internet.
Fuck BT.
Fuck BT.
Fuck, not Bluetooth.
Everyone, yeah, Bluetooth's amazing. That's the thing. Well, fuck audio jacks. Fuck wired headphones.
Audio jack sounds like a restaurant.
It does, doesn't it?
And now that TGI Fridays is going out of business, they could do.
Well, thank Glenn. It's Tuesdays.
I've not even finished writing week. This week.
Well, TG, you thank Glenn. It's Tuesday. Maybe that could be a new business, maybe.
There we go. That's a good one. That's a good start. Welcome back, everyone. Not for the first time to No Bubble Podcast. Yeah. We at least didn't do the thing where we've wasted, 30 minutes recording just for the internet to crash. We'd already pre-prepared.
True. Yes.
I'm George. That's Connor. I'm pointing, but you can't see me this week.
Maybe I'm just Glenn.
Should we just put the picture of Glenn Powell in there that we'd spent 10 minutes trying to get?
Just chatting.
What the fuck is with avivs? What the fuck? Just JPEG, man.
Files. Yeah, I'm a noob. I just know JPEG, PNGs, and WAS. I didn't know any other formats. So what the hell is an AVI file? AVI. Sounds like HDMI thing.
Maybe it's the files that the Spum universe are in because they're the Aviarad files.
Brilliant. Oh no. And they're spumtastic, just like everything else on the internet. And Craven's not that
TGI Fridays.
Oh no. But that makes sense. The Avi file's been part of the Spum universe because I was just gonna say Craven's. I don't think that far away now, but I'm
outside.
Yeah.
Look, it's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He's 3 yards away. Oh my god! What are you doing to that pig? What are you doing to that bull?
Oh, it's not Black Mirror.
Yes.
So, because Venom Trez is October 23rd.
And Craven is 13th of December. So afterwards, but possibly release date conundrum is probably meant to be set before.
Because, Spum Chum of the podcast, Michael Wilson.
Yes.
Because obviously he is the resident Spum Chum, so now, by law...
Spumba Chum.
Because I don't think did we review Madam Web? I think we didn't, did we?
Oh, no, I did. I had a seizure about it. And I still can't want to go back to it.
But we didn't review it with him.
Oh, no, we didn't. No.
Because we got him to talk about Michael M. Morbius.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll have to do the Venom trilogy with him.
Yeah. And the Spum.
And then we'll have to do Craven. But he said Craven's quite close to Christmas, so maybe we hold off on that full review until after Christmas with Mark. Because our Christmas special... I've got to organise the Christmas special. There's so much to do!
There's so little time!
It's fucking end of September. I'll have to text Andy for the Christmas special, and then we'll do the actual Christmas special with him because he's reviewing Joy to the World with us because it's a Stephen Moffat Christmas special. And, oh, my eyes! Oh, goodness me! Oh, and Merry Christmas to all you at home, September! To March Christmas. But how have you been, Connor?
I'm alright. I've been listening to way too much Big Finish.
So that's fine.
Started The Chase last night, not with Bradley Walsh.
I was going to say, Fanny Schmeller. What a great episode.
Well, episodes 1 and 2. It's alright. As far as 60s Hartnells go, it's not my thing. I don't know. I just feel like the Troughton era got so much more right. Hartnell just doesn't do that much for me, and I'm sorry.
You don't gel with the Hartnell era?
Not as much as... Yeah,
you
I just don't.
Bastard.
I am. I have been a bastard for most of my life, actually. John, I know how you feel. You say you know nothing. Well, I know something, John. I know how it feels.
I was like, what John are you talking about? Like, is there a John that listens to this that's told you that they're a bastard?
No, don't be silly now, Joe. I'm talking about it in a bad way.
So you're not a big... First Doctor fan?
No, most certainly I'm not, no.
Well, you're a fan of the First Doctor, you're just not a fan of the era.
As such, I don't know what it is.
Is it the fact that they're all historicals?
No, I'm an advocate of history. I like it.
Is it the fact that...
I like history.
90% of Classic Who, you got stories that are a couple of episodes too long?
Yes. That's what it is.
Because,
yes.
Just per example, the Daleks.
Oh boy, the Daleks. The Daleks, you need some garlic.
Compared to Doctor Who and the Daleks.
Ooh.
Doctor Who and the Daleks with Peter Cushing is the Daleks,
it's a palatable
faster.
Pizza. It's a palatable pizza.
Yeah, and the Daleks is one of them, the 2-pack Chicago Town microwave ones. Yeah. And it's just, you might as well be chewing on sand. Like, it's like, oh, pizza, I like this. but it's not pizza of any substance. Whereas,
Exactly. Damn straight.
I'm not saying Doctor Who and the Daleks is, gourmet like Pizza Express. It's more like a,
Triple A
it's
quality.
more like a Pizza Hut Domino's kind of, it's like a Pizza Hut one with the cheese bite crust.
Yeah,
It's a bit
crusty.
too cheesy, but I can fuck with it, especially on a Sunday.
Especially on a Sunday.
I'm really hungry now. No, don't know about that.
I really fancy some cheese. Don't forget the crackers, someone will say in the comments.
Well, they will when Wallace and Gromit's on. Oh my goodness! But yeah, because we're slightly out of sync because the last two we've recorded on a Monday. Because you're out tomorrow, aren't you?
I am out tomorrow, screaming at the O2.
It's not like working the circuit like as a prostitute, like as you're just out for a good time,
The
right?
O2, yes.
Yeah.
The O2. I'm not on the O2 corner. I'm not doing the Red Light Avenue of London somewhere.
Hey,
You
good
guys
making-
know.
I reckon you could do good business, my friend.
What? Whoa!
I'm just saying.
Why has this been escalated?
I'm just saying that you wouldn't be. You wouldn't be a bankrupt prostitute.
Well, in another timeline, maybe he can cross the multiverse and answer that question. Said no one ever.
And if he turned up right now, you would be like, "What the fuck?" But anyway, what was he
I don't know
talking
whether to
about?
be turned on or
Yeah,
fucking
you're
terrified.
out, and it's a concert.
Yeah,
of some kind.
Linkin Park. Yes, Linkin Park.
LinkedIn. It's LinkedIn Live.
LinkedIn Park.
Read-
Yeah, we're LinkedIn in the park.
Read by Paul McGann.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Him singing in the end.
Oh, I love Paul McGann so much.
I don't
So
want him
good.
to end. I don't want him.
Great, great. Now we've killed Paul McGann. The fuck, Connor?
I mean, end with big finish.
Barry Chuckle. We just about got away with. Don't fucking kill Paul McGann, Connor. They'll come for us. They'll all be outside here with pitchforks and knives and Molotovs. The internet's shit as it is. If they blow up the hub, then we're done. God's sake.
Yeah, we're getting backed up to the cloud. We're done.
But yeah, your Linkin Park, because they've got a new front man, or should we say front woman?
Ooh, the Jodie Whittaker's entered the room.
Bloody women, what will they think of next? But no, this is a good... Everyone that I know, not in the world, because I don't know that many people.
Sad but true.
Well, like Chris Johnson of... I don't
Big
know
Dan.
him. I know sort of... I know of
Damn,
him.
you know Big... Big Chris Johnson.
I know Big Chris, yes. I've been really pushing to try and get him on to do an episode with Guy Lambert for next season of Doctor Who. But nothing yet. Chris,
Damn,
answer my
Chris.
messages.
Damn,
I love
Chris.
you so much.
Come on, Chris.
Let me know that Matt's okay. I hope him and his family are doing well, because there's not been a Big Damn episode in a while. But he's a big Linkin Park fan and said that he's very happy with what they've the choice.
Emily, I can't think of her name.
Because Chester Bennington was the one that committed suicide.
After the last tour in 2017, 3 days after the Birmingham performance, which I think was the last stop of their tour anyway,
Fucking
7
hell.
years ago. So then, obviously, the band has been in mourning, grieving, and obviously, out of respect, retired and out of the public domain for the last 7 years. And to cut a very long story short, there was a tribute act maybe 3 Sundays ago that I was thinking of going to, but in the end, things happened and I didn't go to this tribute act. And then 48 hours after this tribute show, they then announced this new lead singer, Emily, basically woman singer, and people obviously have been giving her shit and trying to AI, which is not good. Emily Armstrong. They announced Emily Armstrong is sort of being the new front woman of Linkin Park, taking over Chester's main vocal roles, and they've literally in the space of a fortnight announced a tour after me writing off in my head and going, it's a shame, like I've missed them, and basically
Missed the
accepted,
boat.
missed the boat and accepted the fact that I'm not going to see them ever.
Like an Oasis fan, but not a knobhead.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. But nonetheless, that's happening tomorrow. But 3 days ago by the time this comes
You're
out.
not playing with Linkin Park, are you?
No.
Now that would be a surprise.
That would be a surprise.
Listen to the Rebel Podcast!
Jesus Christ.
If you could sing one Linkin Park song on stage, what would it be?
So it's going to be a remix of what I've
Come
done.
closer, boy. Let's scoot this
It's-
closer, because
it's-
you're normally the loud one.
It's so I'm literally, because I'm looking at this on Google now. Subscribe now.
Oh, so you're going to repurpose the song and just use it as a big advert?
Of course.
Fuck it, do it, man. But no, I hope you enjoy that, because it's nice that... I like when bands do that kind of thing, because, the band itself, like, this isn't Well, this is kind of better than, the main example I have is Queen, because it becomes Queen and so when they have a new lead singer. So at the moment, and as it has been for the last few years, it's Queen with Adam Lambert.
Yes. Yeah, great
Um,
example. Yeah.
And a lot of people have said, like late 90s, early 2000s, they should have used Robbie. Robbie of the Williams. Because that would have been good, because he's quite a showman. He's, of that kind of, never a patch on Mr. Freddie Mercury, but, of that kind of ilk, he could do that kind of thing. But, no, it's nice that, you get to see them, in an iteration, and it's almost like they can do it for Chester. They can sort of go out and let his music still touch the lives of so many of you that are big fans of Linkin Park.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I say I'm like a big fan.
Not touch you in an inappropriate way, just like you enjoy it.
No. There's nothing inappropriate about it at all. But it's a band like before the days of Transformers. Because I've only watched the Transformers films since doing this. I never watched but I knew the songs from the internet. Like what I've done, all those songs.
You're like a reverse Nick Mason.
I'm reverse Nick, mate. I'm a Mason Nick.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean? Is that a good thing or not?
It means if you stood face to face, you'd look like you are mirror reflections of each other. Oh my god.
Where's this going? What?
Because
I'm confused now.
Because you'd only watched it because of this podcast, whereas he only rewatched.
Yeah, who
because
cares?
Of Mr. Sunday.
Robots in disguise.
Hashtag get Connor and Nick Mason in the same room. Maybe Maybe they're related.
Maybe we can sing Linkin Park.
Question mark. Maybe we can sing Linkin Park. Maybe they're related.
Maybe he knows.
That's a really long hashtag. Anyone uses it, you can have £5 from someone. I don't know who. No, someone will have it in their pocket.
Jesus.
But, so you knew it from the internet because it's kind of one of those things like osmosis. Is like then there's always a fucking big speech by Optimus and then like a Linkin Park song.
Early YouTube days, the songs were just played in random montagey videos, and it was just like, I can't escape them, even though I hadn't moved on from them. But then going into working adult life, the songs were just on. The music was heavy music was being played, and Linkin Park came up a lot. So they've been in my head for like the last 3 or 4 years because of my adult life. And then it's just crazy because I'm not much of a concert gig Tory person. I know people are into their Drakes and
that could easily be clipped up. Not much of a concert gig Tory.
No, tourist.
I am not a Tory.
I'm not much of a tourist. You can say that. I'm not much of a big concert go to gigs every other weekend kind of guy. I'm not judging people that do.
No.
But Linkin Park special. It means
if
something.
People met the two of us, they would think that you went to see live music and I
all the time,
and I
every other weekend.
I just sat in my room in the dark. Well, no, I want it like this is a bit of a spoiler, but then she's never really going to listen to this. So my mother-in-law's a big, not like the biggest, like it's not the she's a fan of Coldplay, and they're releasing new dates that go on sale on Friday.
They do.
So.
Say if you pre-order the new sale, the
new sale. Pre-order the new sale.
You pre-order the new sale from the Coldplay website. It might not be legit.
But I don't want the new album. I just want to go see them.
Want to see them.
Yeah.
You actually want, or your mother-in-law wants to see them.
Well, because our thing, like me and Lara have always said, like if they came back and did another bit over here, we would have to get tickets and take her because they like so many like the older songs that she likes of theirs, and by all accounts, like because I've got people that I work with and stuff that like that say Coldplay is one of the best things you can see live because they've kind of revolutionised that kind of thing, introduced like more of the light band sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And they're one of the few bands that are very carbon neutral when they put on their tours, which is for all you ecoists out there.
Yeah,
it is good. Yeah. It's good news. But like for how many hits they have and for how long they've been around, like
over the years.
So by the time this comes out, when this comes out is the day that the tickets come out, so we're going to try and get them. So that's one of the.
I may not be joining with you on that as well.
You can come as well. We'll all go.
We'll all go. We can all go. Yeah.
And considering how expensive and everything went off for Oasis, as much as I would have loved to have seen that because I grew up on that because of my parents, Coldplay is just like it's something that there's a song from every album that I think everyone likes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm at that point though where I'm not blaming my mum or my personal upbringing, but they're overplayed to shit. But when Coldplay are on, I'm not going to be like, oh, I've heard it, I'm turning it off. I'll listen to a few, but then when you get to, I'm not finding the amount of songs, but when you get to, if you're doing a Coldplay marathon, you might get to say 4 or 5 and then be like, okay, I've done my jam, I'll turn them off now. Whereas other people in the room will be like, and just swaying
Yeah,
constantly.
like, there's the ones that are in the main zeitgeist, and there's the other ones on the rest of the album that like. There is some great songs throughout, but
There are
that's
very
in
good
terms
songs.
of linking that back to what you were saying. Linking it back. That's one of the few music things I'm like, yeah, I want to go to. Well, originally, like it was gonna be. I was going to get and then I was going to get Lara's ticket as part of her Christmas present, but then she was like, oh my god, they got Coldplay things, and it's like, but now it's like, it's been rumbled, because I saw it like last week, and it had come out, and I'd had the notification on my phone, and then she was like, oh, we got to get these, so it's like, she already knows about it, so I'm like, I might just buy her one for her anyway, but as long as we can get a few of them, and take her mum, because she will love it.
Also, shout out to Imagine Dragons, they're on tour next year, and that's another group I want to see.
Are we a music podcast? What's happened?
What's going on? We're going to burst into song now. There's always a twist.
There's always a twist. We're going to burst into song, completely unlike Joker Folie à Deux, which is, it's not a musical. We're too posh to be a musical.
Caught in a musical.
I mean, I look like I'm having a heart attack. Also, half my head's not in there.
Yes.
We're trying to take the thumbnail just because we know that we're not on screen.
But
Connor's doing jazz hands.
what's that mode? I was having a fit or what?
Or you look like you've been scared by a flasher. Oh my goodness.
It wasn't me. I look like I'm a keen accused.
That wasn't me. My penis was in my pants. I'm sorry. But yeah, because we were talking about, on the way to Stuff Alleged, we were talking about Joker and the Batman universe and stuff.
And what a joke that was.
Yeah. I mean, because we will see Joker Folie à Deux.
Folie à Deux.
Because if anyone remembers our review from 5 years ago.
Yeah, 2020 time.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
I hate the movie Joker on the principle that it's like, oh, it's high art. It's pretending to be high art, but it comes from an IP of a, you can't make woke comedy these days and things like that. Todd Phillips, fuck you. You made the Hangover trilogy, and only one of those films was actually good. And after that, it was just, let's do this again, and then let's try and do something different for the third one. But it was all just like the jokes that you beat to death in the first one. Yeah, fuck that. And it's its own thing, but you based it off of Taxi Driver and all those King of Comedy, all those kind of films. Like, you tried to make it like this, and you based it off of other films and other IP and things like that. Tried to be high and mighty, and now the thing is that, it's not a musical, the second one. It's just where music occurs. It's like, why are you so scared to be what you are? Yeah. If you were balls to the wall and just went, it's a fucking flat-out musical, I think more people would be like...
I can accept it.
Because I've got people like, friends and family and stuff that are like, but you didn't like jokes. Like, no, because... Yeah, you're not meant to, because it's not set within any Batman that exists currently.
Yeah,
but currently. One, I'm surprised that they at least, because me and you debated this on the train, they definitely probably at least had those discussions of like, but what if we make Joaquin the main DC Joker?
Yeah, of course.
Or he's going to influence a Joker that, like, the next Joker will be influenced by...
Yeah. That's early predictions for Joker 2. He's gonna not be the Joker, but then it will be inspired by another Joker.
He'll be the one that lights the torch to like the biggest fire the Joker's ever seen.
And Robert Pattinson will be there watching in the distance and being like, something's in the way.
Whenever he comes up against a Batman, because it will be at 20 years.
Yes.
So he'll be in his late 50s, early 60s, at least.
At least, yes.
This Batman
confirmed
will punch the shit out of him and break all the bones in his face.
Batman will become a cold-blooded killer.
But also, Joker, the Joker is a mastermind. Like, he always is one step ahead. He just blunders his way through it. Like, what they should have done is they should have had a DC you should do the spin-off stuff. You should make it Elseworld stuff.
Label it as Elseworld.
Because then it's like, it's DC, but it's a different universe. And then you could have loads of different takes. Have the Lex Luthor one that you debated because Joker did so well, apparently. You wanted to do a Lex Luthor one.
Oh,
what the fuck?
Jesus. That wasn't Eisenberg being reprised?
No, that would have been a different one. That would have been in a similar vein to Joker. They would have done a Lex Luthor style one called Lex. Or Luthor.
Luthor.
One of those.
And not have Idris Elba in it?
Luthor.
That's too much confusion.
But it's Luthor with an O, not Luthor with an E.
There you go. See,
That's how you get around the copyright, yeah. That's how you get around it.
Marketing, yeah.
Where's the tie and everything? Look at me. I'm Black Lex Luthor. It's the Fast and Furious and DC just having a nice little...
find me on the Black Superman.
A nice little inbred baby.
God.
Look at me, I'm Black Superman's villain.
Ta-da! I never saw that coming.
But yeah, fuck it, because it's so high thing, and people are like, but Joaquin Phoenix, it's a good performance, but what it does for mental health, and the fact that it's so up its own arse, but also that it's so like we have to handhold the audience. The thing that always does me in, the fact that Zazie, like the relationship he had with Zazie Beetz' character,
Domino from Deadpool
whose name
2.
I can't even remember.
Neither can I. Not Domino.
You know, it's the, what are you doing in my house? And then it's like, we'll go back to the flashback so you can see him again with her there, and then with her not there to show that he imagined that all in his head. The audience isn't stupid, it's show, don't tell.
Yeah, it very much is show, don't tell, yeah. And you're fucking telling way too much.
Yeah, fucking
Stop telling us the joke and just do the joke,
Yeah.
please. Just do the joke, leave us with a smile, but when you tell us the joke before we even get to the punchline, it's frustrating.
As a character in a Batman world, fuck off. Fuck off the Joker. Fuck this. I'm glad that by the sounds of it, from the possible spoilers of the ending, that we probably won't have a third one. So I'll let you guys find those spoilers
He
for
will
yourself.
get sung to death.
Maybe Lady Gaga rams a
Serenades
fucking
him.
triangle down his throat. Or a vuvuzela. He's like,
Open your mouth. Ah.
wow. With that thrusting action and all the prostitute talk, that's
Oh, hey, that's a triangle.
it's a love.
It's a musical.
People all over the world. Well, starting a love triangle. I don't even know where this relates. But
I mean, how did we detract from Twister's Glenn and we talked about musicals, concerts, and then the Joker?
yeah, this
How
has
did we
been good.
detract?
I like this.
I know, I'm
this
just
is
amazed. I'm looking at that board. I'm just like, yeah, this week we're talking about 5 things at once. Everything everywhere all at once.
So I caught up on something because I had some spare time on my own. Not in that way.
Well,
Not in that way.
hey. Trying to keep it non-PG.
I entered, because I would say it's been a very heavy Glenn Powell year, hasn't it? Really,
Very heavy, very heavy.
There's at least 3 films that he's in.
Well,
Can I say one of them I fucking hated?
What? Anyone but you.
No, I've not seen that yet.
That's also a good performance. And Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, Sydney
Madam Web
Sweeney.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
I might rent that and watch it.
Yeah, I
'cause,
like
that's
that.
one of the films I do want to catch, especially because I'm getting caught up in the hype that maybe Glenn Powell is the next Tom Cruise. Like,
Well, he's got that
I'll
vibe.
tell you for why, Gwen.
Gwen.
I'll tell you for why, Glenn.
Gwen Powell, yes.
Gwen Plow.
Gwen
Yeah,
Powell
oh, Gwen
Stacey.
Plow. That's a porn star. Oh dear.
Gwen Powell Stacey.
Pow. Kapow. Mainly because I've been watching fucking Gavin and Stacey. I'm getting excited. But Hitman I hated.
Oh dear. Well, I didn't finish it, so I'm
Do you-
kind
do you-
of with you. Yeah, I didn't finish
His
it.
performance, I'm utterly okay with.
Yes.
His weird also the fact that he has such a face that you could with wigs and stuff you could like I get that fucking hell he's different people. Like people would fall for that.
Yeah.
I like him. The girlfriend really fucks me off.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking yeah, because I just said you're gonna kill him. Why the fuck would you say that? Why are you gonna say that your Hitman boyfriend's gonna shoot this person when he's not? Anyway, that's Hitman. Don't expect it to be very
Not
high on
Agent
my
47. Glenn Powell has hair in it. Not to be
of-
confused with the
because
game.
because of Twisters. So Twisters was part of Shout Out. We're not sponsored by them, but we should be. Cineworld's 4DX Rewind, which is up
Yeah, it's
until
still upcoming.
the 3rd of October
I
at the moment.
thought it ended on like the 30th of September, but what do I know?
So for £3
Oh, great British
usually
pounds
like
sterling.
usually £20 if you're a
Yeah.
non-member, but like
Yeah.
6 or 7 if you're a member. So £3 I paid, and I saw 4DX Twisters. The film is not of the highest standard, but fuck me, I
It's
had a
fun.
fuck me.
It's great. It's great.
Because I think I said the same about Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
When I watched it the second time in 4DX, I had much more fun with it because I was like, oh, I'm getting beaten up by all mystic shit. It's great. I was in a tornado
I'm
and
beaten up by a chair.
I was in a tornado, then I was in a car crash in a tornado. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with Twister, really. 1996's film. You
And
can attest to that more when we get into it.
Yeah.
But fucking hell, it's... And when he come on screen, I can't... Like, when he got out of the car and it was like, here's the sexy, like, you know... he's just a
dickhead
YouTuber,
boy.
but then it's like he's actually got more to him. But it's like, oh no, I get it. Maybe he is the next Tom Cruise.
No, I mean...
Do I fancy Glenn Powell? I don't know. I don't know.
And it's got nothing to do with the fact that they're in Maverick as well. that's where it started. It's the days of Maverick.
Maverick is going back in for the 4DX rewind, so I really want to see that because that's
Again.
one of the films in 2022 that I wanted to see
Yeah.
in 4DX because the advert
And I was
for
recommended as well.
it was
That
like, fucking hell, that's insane. So maybe I'll try and get back for that.
Yeah, I would recommend that if you can. Yeah.
I'll have to
And
look-
same for you viewers. If you
I'll
didn't,
have to look up the timings and stuff because I am going to Shaun of the Dead next week. I'm taking because I mean we watched the Cornetto trilogy again, me and Lara, like the other week, just cause like it's one of them. It's like because Shaun of the Dead was on there, and then we watched that, and then we put Hot Fuzz on, and then she was like, we might as well watch the third one, and then but that was on Prime, so we watched World's End on there because that was shot in Welling Garden City, not that far. Oh, we know.
Nick Pig and Simon
Nick
Peg and Simon Frost. Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm writing down Nick Pegg.
Nick Pegg. That sounds like a great Big Finish character in the Doctor Who. Nick Pegg.
Nick Briggs as Nick Pegg, played by Simon Pegg. Anyway, Simon Greg Pig Briggs face.
Pig. Oink oink. Oink oink.
God, we've lost the fucking topic of this. But I'm going to see that, so I'll try and have to see the timings for Top Gun Maverick and try and see it.
Because, like Mr. George, he saw Twisters, the 2024. I went back in time to 1996 and saw Twister, like the original. But it's basically, I saw 2024 Twisters, Glenn Powell edition, when it first came out in 4DX, and I was like, fuck me, this is amazing. Not because I liked the movie for what it was anyway. Like, yeah, it's just a cheesy romp.
I did want to see it when it was originally out, and me and Mum ran out of time to see it.
I like the plot anyway. The 4DX obviously just then oversold the experience and really did transform it and enhance everything in every way. But then I had people egging me on at work, like, have you grown up and never seen the original? And of course, that's a conversation that we all have on and off camera. You talk to people and they're like, have you not seen so-and-so? Oh my god, you like this, but you've never seen so-and-so. Yeah, alright, calm down. Like, there's only so much time and different upbringings and everything. Like, I didn't watch every movie you'd think of I would have watched when I was like 5 or 6 and vice versa. There'll be movies that you've seen that I would have seen and been like, George, how the fuck have you not seen The Magic Roundabout? Very randomly. And then you tell me... I know, right? Doctor Who. But you're going to tell me, Connor, how did you not see... I don't know.
How did you not see that car coming to run you over?
That's a long title. That's a long title. No, but anyway, Twisters. I hadn't seen it. Twister.
So you
but
saw
I went
it
back in time to see it in 4DX.
it's very much a standalone sequel, Twisters.
Yeah,
to Twister.
Not same universe, nothing. Just
so how was it seeing a film from 28 years ago
28 years ago. Yeah.
put back into the cinema and with 4DX
Magic
gloss over it? How was that? Because I think that would have been 4DX. I think it's fine. It's the upscaling and things like that would have been
more bothering.
Yeah.
Well, the movie
because you could just put the movement in it. You can just program the movement in anywhere, sort of like with the newish one.
Yeah.
It's just the Twisters are there, so you're going to be in a fucking Twister. Like we say,
Do
go
again.
do 4DX, but do a perfect 4DX film. And what we mean by a perfect 4DX film is not your Avengers style films.
Yeah.
See them if you want. But like, I didn't see Deadpool and Wolverine in 4DX. I think that would have been good because all the gunshots and things like that have been thrown about.
Yeah. I concur.
But you want your Jurassic Worlds. So when the new one comes out next year, see that in it. Like Jurassic Park's going back in 4DX.
Yeah.
Your Twisters. Godzilla vs Kong is always a fucking hit.
That's
Any of the Godzilla
banger
films.
of a movie, yeah.
'Cause didn't we see King of the Monsters?
I didn't, not with you.
That was other Connor.
Yes,
Okay.
that was other Connor.
This is the name. I associate the name. I don't associate the person's face. Right.
It shows how valuable we are.
Yeah. You're all. That's why you're all called Connor. So then I just, one of you's the right one.
Oh wow, the wrong.
So
Connor.
I saw King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs Kong, and we did me and Lars' first 4DX experience was Godzilla Kong: The New Empire.
But then,
I thought that could not be topped because there was
Yeah.
instant fighting, like the swinging when he's doing it in the underworld, and the nutsness of when the spaceship goes into the Hollow Earth, and that is just fucking whiplash-inducing. But let me tell you, people at home, I want them to re-release Twisters in 4DX every year until the day I die.
Every 6 months.
Have it in there constantly because I would go and see it.
Again.
Like when you watch something on a streaming service.
Yeah, you want
Like
to just watch
sometimes
it
I'd
again.
be like, I'll pay another £3 this week and go and watch Twisters. It'd just be me and you in there.
Have it as an option. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I do think some 4DX showings like that though need to invest in maybe some seatbelts or some harnesses.
Especially if you're under 6 foot. Especially if you're
Well,
under...
not just that, because you know where
not a dig at height.
where the tilt. I'm of average height. I'll let you know.
No,
5'9.5", and the half an inch always makes a difference. Isn't that right, ladies and men? You know, hey.
Oh, keeping it non-PG this week.
We're definitely not PG.
Oh, let's do the twist again. Yeah.
But where the seat achieves so much tilt in some of them, and it's constantly and in Twisters it's very one extreme to the other and quite fast. So it's full tilt. At times I'm like, if I'm not holding on,
for dear life,
I could get thrown out. And if some people say, some people have obviously taken their small children or early teenagers.
Why?
Not small children like 5, but your 10, 11, 12 or upwards. Some of them.
I've seen younger toddlers in there, and I think to themselves, "Oh my fucking god, your parenting has gone out the window. Goodbye, child."
Yeah, literally. But it's
questionable.
It's maybe just like a normal
little
seatbelt.
strap. Yeah.
But then I think that would feel more for the extreme bit, because then you could make it tilt more if you've got a harness on. You could actually go upside down. Maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because then you've got no danger of falling out. No. Because also old people sometimes go in there and don't realise what 4DX is. Wow. They could fall out and fall on a hip.
Oh dear.
That'd be bad.
Yeah. No, well, yeah.
Don't do that. Also,
that's the image I've not seen yet, but you never know.
Top 3 experiences in ascending order for 4DX.
For 4DX,
are Overlord. Because nothing will ever beat that.
Okay, never got.
Well, not nothing will ever beat that because it's. You've not seen Overlord.
In general, I've got the 4K in my cupboard. It's a movie I just haven't got around to.
Let's watch it.
We never saw it in cinema.
For Halloween, you can watch that for Halloween because it's got zombies in it.
Is it more action? Is it horror, or what? Is it just?
It's an action horror.
World
and
War
it's
II.
a war.
Fine.
It's a warrer.
A warrer. No. A warrer.
A warrer. Not to be confused with
Sleeping Beauty's a warrior.
not to be confused with the character of Storm. or the lieutenant from Star Trek.
Oh no.
Very good wordplay this week.
Yeah, great wordplay.
But because it's war and horror.
War.
It's Warrer. WARROR. Warrer. We just
what have I done?
We've invented a new genre.
A warrer, okay.
A Warrer Monroe. In X-Men, we're in the MCU this time. But no, I loved that 4DX experience, and I did say nothing could ever top it, but it has come third, so obviously
it can't be that quick. No,
that was one of my first big experiences of you've got to see a 4DX film.
Movie.
Yeah, I saw the Lego Movie 2. Doesn't fucking work. Because it bumped around for this song's gonna get stuck inside your hair.
And you eventually get a little bouncy bounce, and then it just calms down. But you're constantly swallowing. Yeah. Whereas you want it to go in the movie.
Or when even when the camera pans, sometimes I see it go. Vroom.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Love it. Because with Overlord, it's one of the first times. I had it with this. It's one of the first times the strobe light was used.
Ooh.
So they put the strobe light was at the front corner. So they did the strobe light, and then they had the epilepsy warning. It's a bit fucking late. That was in Enfield, though. That was the 4DX in Enfield. So maybe they were a bit lapsed.
They didn't get on that trend at that point.
They also had the snow, the snow bubble machine at the front. So when they did all the 4DX adverts, there was ones with snow in it, because it's when you had the "Why do we go to the cinema?" stuff back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
He was in Les Miserables on BBC One, I think, in 2019. See, bigger and better things. And
he's in Ripley this year as well.
And the other one was in, I believe the other one was Tartlet from Ted Lasso. The one that
Tartlet.
Yeah,
Bartlett,
Jamie Tartlet from Ted Lasso.
Oh, Jamie Tart.
Jamie Tart, whatever his name.
I was like Tartlet, but Jamie Tart. Yeah. Anyway, yes.
Whatever his fucking name is.
Yes.
I believe he was the next Cineworld icon. Because he kept Paul, he's in love with Rita, all that ones, you know.
Oh, of course, you're making me feel old. Yes, I'm going back.
So much nostalgia.
I'm going back, yeah.
But
gotta go back.
Gotta go back. We gotta Back to the Future's going back in. Maybe they'll do that in 4DX. Well, part 2 because it's the 25th anniversary of number 2. No, 35th anniversary. Oh my God, we're so old. Fuck. No.
Yeah, I think it's
35th anniversary.
35th.
Oh,
yeah.
fucking yeah. You're throwing down 30 years. Yep. Checks out, Marty. That's very good. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, 4DX experiences. That's number 3. That was a very long
Overlord.
number 3.
Overlord, because the flashbang at the front, and it was like, episode warning. Because Twisters had the strobe light at the back.
Yeah.
So when it was the
sensible.
thunder and lightning, because I was like, the Flash, and I was like, oh fuck, they've got it in here. That's cool. That's not been used since Overlord, even though it was in a completely different cinema.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was good. Godzilla Kong: The New Empire, because I generally, like, me and Lara were laughing and how much it was moving around because of the fighting and stuff. Like, it was literally stop for a 5-minute talkie scene and then get thrown around again. Whereas this was kind of like you had 4 or 5 twisters, like twister fucking incursion moments. Wow. And then
cool, yeah.
you had a few more scenes where it was like a bit, and then it was like, and then it would pick up, and then it would go full force for like 10 minutes, like every half an hour, and it was like, no, this is fucking amazing. Like, it opens and it's like, of course, Daisy Edgar Jones is the lead. She's amazing. If I'm not wrong, she had, oh my god, someone being taken away by a twister. She had one of her early starts in ITV's Cold Feet with James Nesbitt.
Was her feet cold? Yeah, Cold Feet. Yeah, you're right. 2016. That's the earliest.
That's her first thing. Look at me. Because
how's your brain not been twisted? I don't know.
It felt like it was, man.
And I knew her from Normal People, which was
you?
viral at the time. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
But no, watch Cold Feet's a good show. Like, it went on for 5 series, then stopped, and then come back in like 2016. So she's the 2016 version.
Oh, it's an older show that then got relaunched. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was a continuation because all the stuff still happened, but it was more for a newer audience. And then I think it stopped 2-3 years ago.
2020 was when it ended. The last episode of this was.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they brought it back again.
Make it even colder feet.
Well, because what was the last series?
2020. Where have we?
Really good show.
6, Series 7, Series 9. 6 episodes of Series 9 aired on ITV from 13th of January 2020 to 17th of February.
And the good thing is that they weren't caught up in COVID storylines because it ended before then.
Just before. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
But that was good. And I think maybe the difficulties of maybe doing that with COVID was what kind of made them think maybe we won't come back next year. We'll rest it again. So yeah, it's 5 series stopped. Like, the characters, it's a group of friends. So 6 groups of friends. They're all at different stages of relationship. So like,
still having cold feet though. Yeah.
So Robert Bathurst, Once and Future, he was in that episode of Doctor Who as a unit officer.
Yes,
but more importantly, he's Ed Howser Black in Toast of London.
Of course.
So him and his wife have been married a long time, and the love's sort of going out of their marriage. Joe Thompson and
John Thompson.
John Thompson and what's her name? Faye Ripley. They're sort of like not newlyweds, but they've been married a little while, but they're like, wanting to have kids and stuff. So sort of like more settling into their long-term thing. And then James Nesbitt and the woman who plays Emma in Friends, which is really annoying because she's been in a lot of other things that I like Cuckoo. She they meet and they're quite fractious but end up in a relationship, and they eventually like go through their whole relationship, have a son and that. So the kids that the couples have are then obviously aged up when it comes back in 2016 because it ended in 2005?
Oh god, originally.
Something like that. It's only because you're on the Wikipedia page. I'm not expecting you to
I'm on like 7 Wikipedia trying to read about feet. My feet aren't getting cold reading this, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting.
But it's all relationships and thingy struggles like that from like the 90s into the early 2000s.
Yeah, 90s, 2000, 2001, 2003. So it ended in 03 around Series 5, then came back 2016 for Season 6 through 9.
Yeah, so 13 years later, and then they're all aged up, so all the kids are aged up. So Daisy Edgar Jones, I believe, plays one of Robert Bathurst's daughters.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because they have twins. But
Daisy and Maisie.
Yeah, Daisy and Maisie. But no, she's amazing in it. It's someone that I'm like, oh good, she's gone on to be a movie star since 2016, and that's quite cool to see.
Yeah, I watched War, and Under the Banner of Heaven, Andrew Garfield Disney Plus series.
I'm looking forward to that Andrew Garfield Florence Pugh movie.
Oh yes.
We Live in Time.
We Live in Time.
Yeah, that's going to be an emotional one. That might go to the top of my list. Do you know what? I'll give you a sneak peek of my list while we talk about Twisters, because fuck me, I loved it. The story, it's not that deep. It's not going to make you do thinkies, but
yeah, I could concur about 1996. It didn't make me think about thinkies and tornadoes, but yeah. Your list so far ranked number 1 is...
Don't read it out. Don't read it out. Spoiler for the end of the year.
I wouldn't. So what's your 10? Not like I'm looking at all of it. Okay, don't know, number 9?
That's on Netflix. So
right.
that's about there's spoil. Well, I can say it because there's 2 different movies. of this.
Because there's a
'Cause one that's-
2006 one with Hugh Jackman and Scarlett Johansson.
There's another one that's just come out this year, the
yeah.
Prince Andrew thing, which I've not watched yet, so it's a spoilers to kind of say what this one is, so I'll just say that it's Scoop. But Billy Piper's in it. It's about conducting the interview with Prince Andrew, and it's really fucking good.
Oh, is that what that's about? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Michael Sheen is playing Prince Andrew in a similar one that's just come out on Prime.
I'm surprised you've seen number 5.
Love it. It went on Prime not long after it was in the cinema.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, very good stuff.
loved
number 5, yeah. I've still not seen number 2. And that's bugging
You've
me.
not?
I've not seen number 2.
Really loved it. It's close to, maybe if I rewatched it in terms of a film, it would go above number 1. Not much has moved around. The top 10 has always sort of stayed the same.
So
You've got, like, I've seen a lot of comedy and a lot of animated this year.
Yeah, you have seen a lot of anime. Oh, Jackpot. I don't know what Jackpot is. Spoilers. This is not top 10.
Jackpot is John Cena and Aquafina. There's a lottery in the future, but if you are killed
Picked.
before like the end of the
win.
day, the
Oh,
person
right,
that kills you then gets your jackpot.
What a
So you've got to survive the
greedy
night
bastard.
to keep your jackpot level.
Orion and no idea what Orion in the Dark.
That's a
is.
good little animated movie on Netflix. It's sort of almost like Inside Out, but with your fears and things like
I've
that.
still not seen Garfield.
Well, you rented that the other day for the kids to have a stay-at-home cinema night. The
Federal
Federal documentary was higher, but it's moved down purely for the fact of one, that is the like everything below that I dislike in some manner.
Oh yeah,
and two,
yeah.
The fact that it's the 12 final days, I really wish the documentary was longer because it doesn't cover enough.
Yeah.
It just glosses over a few things.
I mean, you're good. You do documentaries. Yeah.
But other than that, it's kind of
Yeah.
what you expected, what you not expected. I've seen most of 2024's
those-
films now, really. Well, some of the main ones. You've seen at least 50.
Yeah,
I mean,
I haven't
24
updated my
films.
list.
It's not bad.
24. No, it's good. But it's just there's names I never would have expected to be on the list. Like I never would have seen. Oh my God, is that Inside Out number 5? I'm just making film names up. But yeah, there's things on there that I just haven't thought about seeing, and some things I've not heard of, which is good. But that's the thing. When I tell you mine, or eventually update my list, there might be things that will go over your radar too.
But yeah, Twisters so far is in the top 10. I won't say where.
Yes.
Whether it lasts, I mean, we've got, 3 months?
Only 3
Shit.
months. Only 3 months.
We definitely have to start fucking planning Christmas, don't we? Yeah, but at the moment it's in the top 10 purely for the fact of the film was decent, but the experience pushed it higher. So now when I rewatch that movie, I'll be like, I remember how fucking good that was in 4DX. I had such a good time.
I've got 36 written down, but the last thing I put in was Borderlands. So
Is that going to be at the bottom?
Well,
Probably. I want to watch that just purely. I still
don't
need to
think
watch
you
Madam
do.
Web. I still need to watch Borderlands.
You want to watch Madam Web.
I
You don't
want
want
to
to watch Borderlands.
I want to just so I can see the franchise die in front of my eyes. Be like, oh, I love these games.
And that makes me sad. Not you wanting to see it die, but just the franchise is dead. And
That's
makes
cool.
me sad.
While you look through your list, I'll say why I think. So, there's been the whole thing of like, obviously you said because he's in Top Gun Maverick with him, that Glenn Powell, is he the next Tom Cruise? Because he's sort of becoming the new age movie star. Like, he's the new one that's sort of come through. And that sounds very patronising for a man that earns that much money. But, you know, you had your Ryan Goslings and things like that. And, now he's sort of just doing whatever roles he wants. But, like, the main leading guy going forward in a lot of things could conceivably be Glenn Powell.
Mr. Powell, yeah.
Because I won't lie, I smiled when I saw him. Not just because he's good looking,
God
but
damn.
because it's like he's got this aura about him.
He does have an aura. I've been trying to say that. Yeah.
He's
He has
sort of
energy.
like, even in a shit film,
He can definitely elevate
yeah.
any generic.
As much
shit.
as I think
Yeah.
Hitman is a pile of shit, I don't
Yeah,
think he's
I
a
didn't
pile of
finish
shit
it.
in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what?
Exactly.
It's like I'm happy watching him. Stop showing me the shitty girlfriend.
Yeah, damn straight.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Other than that, I'm like I loved him in this. And it's like, oh, because he's the douchebag, like, because he's just a Twister guy that follows it and streams it on YouTube, and he's got his team, and they're just selling T-shirts. But when you get into it, like, we can go into spoilers because it's been out for a very long time and it's now back in cinemas.
Months. Yeah.
Like, they're actually doing good things. They sell all the T-shirts and that so they can give out free donations to people affected by the tornadoes. Whereas the company that Daisy Edgar Jones is Kate. Is that what her character name is?
I think
Kate?
it must be Kate. Yes.
Like,
It is.
Kate's working for a company that's, it's buying up the land and, using these people to take everything away from them when they've already had everything taken away from them. sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's the evil dictator because it's Marshall Riggs is buying up all the land, and then she sees the error of her ways and realizes that yes, he is a tornado cowboy, but he's also a very smart man.
Yeah.
Who's done the same as her, like studied, fucking the clouds or whatever the weather is. I've forgotten.
The clouds.
I can't be asked to think of what the subject name is, but I remember it's the
techno aerodynamic tornado word here.
Yes.
Yeah, big fancy word here.
But no, I loved it, man. It's sort of generic because also when you've seen her with Glen Powell in the trailer, as soon as you see her with her boyfriend in the beginning, you're like, he's gonna die. I don't know if you were the same.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that many of her friends to die because there was a group of 6 of them.
There was 6 of them,
and then 2 of them are left.
Yeah.
But also, I like
Switch too.
I like a film that's not afraid to. It's sort of almost like we harken back to it, but it's like with TV shows like we talked to, like introduce characters and make us like them, and then take them away. So there's stakes. There's things here. Obviously, she's been all over the posters and the trailers, so you know that Kate's not gonna die because you know that she's in more than the first 10 minutes of the film.
Of the movie. Yeah.
But I like that one of them survives, so that like they're the one to draw her back in. Like, and they've both got survivor's guilt. I like how that's played out because that's actually done quite well. The science of like we wanted to stop a tornado, and that becomes the linchpin thing at the end that then they use to solve the plot. Which obviously it comes off because it's a film about fantasy, so that there is a certain element where it's like, well, it will work because it's the film, not a thing of like, well, our calculations are off, so then everyone dies again. Goodbye,
tally
ho, chaps. Yeah. But I really dug this. I really had a good time, not just watching the film, but the experience obviously elevated it. I think the 2 of them worked well together, and it's not just the fact that obviously Glen Powell is a very good looking man. Daisy Edgar-Jones is, not to put her in a box, but is not. Let's say this to avoid the minefield. She is, not
so bad looking
woman. Even by Hollywood, because Hollywood would have put some really fucking big titted blonde chick in it, but like it's like no, it's got this very good British actress doing a fucking Oklahoma accent for the whole film, and she does it well.
I thought she was American, until I realised who she was.
But yeah, she was great, and the chemistry with them together. It was 2 smart people. It wasn't just it's 2 really hot people that get it on because they're solving the crime of the tornadoes.
Big
tornado crime that's going on.
Tornadoes, fuck yeah, ain't nothing.
Fuck yeah, wind. Fuck yeah, it's the weather.
Oh no. Whilst we're on the subject of good looks, not to end your Twister rant review praise Glen Powell fan crush.
He is my man crush in the minute.
He is absolutely a gorgeous man crush, but I want to talk about the opposite sex and someone that I never really realised or noticed until last Friday. And whilst we're on the subject of looks, I'm talking about Miss Demi Moore in The Substance.
Demi Moore.
That's
how
she said that. She said that in interviews.
Well, it's part of them because it also came up because I'm still re-listening. I'm nearly at the end of 2019 on Mr. Sunday Movies and the Weekly Planet, but they were talking about because it's weird like you have our actors that have those names, but then they fucking double down on pronouncing it differently, and he's like and like because Nick goes Demi Moore. Yeah, but it's like it's Demi Moore because that's because I only know of her because of Ashton Kutcher and Bruce Willis and that whole thing.
Whole scandal, that whole wishy-washy.
Well, not whole scandal, the fact that she left him and then started banging a much younger dude. But that's fine. So the substance is okay.
Okay, it's fucked up. It's wonderful. It's gorgeous. It's terrifying. It's everything. It makes you aware what you're putting into your body.
Whoa.
And especially if you're...
A lot of penetration this episode.
Whoa, hey, why has everything got to be non-PG with you? This movie, by the way, is non-PG, so you can talk dirty as much as you want, because Demi Moore, like I say, apart from the name, Demi Moore, I never knew really who she was. She apart from the Bruce Willis and Ashton Kutcher scandals, I'm calling it a scandal to make it sound more interesting, but apart from that whole debacle, she's not been in much the last handful of years, like she hasn't done anything of
No.
noteworthy anything. But yes, the substance has changed. I saw this movie on Friday. I'm addicted to that substance.
Oh dear.
I'm addicted to
Coming
Demi
in, lads.
Moore.
Coming in, please. Undercover, please. We got him. We got him.
I'm addicted to Demi. No, it's just a batshit crazy about, again, females that aren't particularly confident in how they look and they want to do the next best
Enunciate, dear
thing.
boy. Why are you the quiet one this
They
week?
want to do the next best thing and try to look better.
Better than who, eh?
Or better than themselves. But then she takes this substance, aka drugs, that looks like meth, that looks like gamma radiation from Ang Lee's The Hulk. But she puts this in her body and she turns into Margaret Qualley, a younger actress of upcoming fame from... what movie? Drive Away Dolls. That's another non-PG movie that you would like on a very lonely Sunday night. That's another good movie I'd strongly recommend to you. And what's the other thing that Margaret's been in that's got a bit of buzz? I've gone blank. Anyway, Margaret Qualley is the younger Demi Moore in this plot, and she basically has to relive her modelling days. Essentially, Demi Moore, give me more. Demi Moore. She's... I'm really doing a bad pitch, but essentially she's like a has-been model in this film, in this fictional universe, where Dennis Quaid, of OG Twister fame, is playing an evil CEO called Harvey.
Oh, Weinstein.
Well, very much meant to be that. Never outright explicit or confirmed, but that's creepy CEO pervy vibes, 100% intentional. Demi Moore is basically kicked off the network because she ain't kicking enough views, and she's old and she's not trending anymore. So then Demi Moore doesn't want to let her beauty and fame go, so then that's to say she takes this substance. She then turns into a younger actress in the form of Margaret Qualley. But when I say turns into, it's not like Polyjuice Potion. She basically bursts out of her back, and every 7 days they have to feed each other's bodies, like via tubes. There's a lot of injections. Whether you want it to be sexual or not is up to the non-PG man. But there's a lot of needles, a lot of inserting, and a lot of blood, and a lot of microorganisms. But essentially, every 7 days she has to switch between the bodies, because if you don't play by the rules, there will be consequences. But it's just a very good movie about drugs and the allegory and self-acceptance and self-love. But oh my god, was it it's a body horror. But yeah, Demi Moore, goddamn, she still got it at 61. You see a lot of Demi Moore, a lot of people that won't turn away from it, but it's a fucking great movie, but disturbing as well. But also, again, for those that are uncomfortable and unconfident about their physical appearance, because I mean, ignoring the gender side of it, if they made this about men and how men could be, and again how you might feel one day and you think, fuck it, I want to look like so and so, they can't choose who they want to look like. They just take this drug and they end up becoming someone else for another week. That's essentially how it works. But if they, ignoring the gender side of it, if you made this about a man, or again even youngsters, if they really are that sort of depressed and unconfident and uninspired, then it's a good lesson. Don't do drugs. It will fuck you up in more ways than one. And it fucked up my brain and fucked up my soul watching it, but it was fucking great. So
you would recommend?
I felt like I was in... Well, my body parts twisted watching it. I felt like I was in Twisters watching it. My mind was twisting. Because it was brilliant, yet terrifying, yet disgusting, yet brilliant, yet gorgeous, yet sexy. It was brilliant.
There we go.
The substance.
It's another one I'll have to check out. It's in 4DX.
Unfortunately, that would have been 10 out of 10 otherwise. No, it was only 2D. No, that would have been something else. It could have done a 4D because of plot stuff that I can't spoil, but incredible. Maybe on a streaming service. It'll be one of these that has a very small theatrical release, but if it comes on anything, I'll let you know immediately, and we'll try to let you guys know at home, because my god, you need to watch this in the dark at night. Maybe don't eat... if you're peckish about food and you've got a bad, tolerable stomach, maybe don't eat before you watch it. It will probably trigger your insides, but in a brilliant way. So if you want to watch it, don't eat a big McDonald's beforehand, because it will come easy straight back up.
Hoo-yah! It'll 4DX right out of your back. Out of your back.
At the cost of nothing. No VAT included.
There you go, boys. But yeah, I really fucking dug Twister. Like, you know, I'm all for these legacy sequels now, man.
It's a trend. It's a thing.
Some of them as good as, if not better. I would argue this probably better than the original. I'd need to sit down and watch Twister,
so. Yeah,
1996.
Yeah.
But from what I remember you saying about Top Gun Maverick, like, you know, where some of them take so long that they're so long removed that they work. Like, I hope Beetlejuice is, you know, is along that vein in terms of it's long enough that there's the nostalgia there for it, but that isn't all that's pushing the movie into existence.
And without spoiling Beetlejuice, there's not as many references as you'd think. It does take time to breathe. It's very much its own movie. Yeah, if you watched it the night before, you'll pick up on the odd line or reference or anything, but it doesn't like hold your hand and go, oh look, there's the thing from the original that you have to remember because it's in this universe. You can just go into Beetlejuice not having seen number one, and it will work. It should work wonders for you. And for those that are unsure, seek out Beetlejuice 1, get an assumption, get an impression, and then follow up with Beetlejuice, and you'll see it as a nice companion piece, not as a forced money-grabbing, oh shit, with our ideas, we need to make this again. Oh, we might be a bit too late. Oh no, let's just release it. It's not that. Whether we'll get any more, though, Tim Burton said things, the studio might say another thing, they might meet somewhere in the middle and go, oh.
But I hate when it's like massive, like 15-20 year gap, and then we'll make another movie in 3 years, because it's like, it's kind of not the point. But with something like this, like with Twisters,
yes,
you could make that, because the movies don't link. It's not like it's, you know, it's a similar sort of thing. As far as I know, correct me in the comments, like, it doesn't link in any way. There's no carryover of characters, and whether it be names or places or whatever.
There's just similarities between a couple of the pairings in cast and character archetypes and beats.
No, fair enough.
There's beats that are there.
There are some big old beats. Yeah. But what do you think at home? Did you see Twisters when it originally came out?
Yeah, and did you see Twisters 3 months ago when that originally came out? Or were you there in 1996? Let us know. What's your favourite Dennis Quaid performance? What's your favourite Glenn Powell performance? And what what Marvel role, should the talks be true, what Marvel role would you put Glenn Powell as?
Had they not done it, he should have been Sentry.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to leave you with this. So, nobubbacontact@gmail.com if you want to send us an email. At Paste Cheap across all Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, which is doing quite well because we've had a few more followers and another 6,000 views on that TikTok.
Well said.
So, I'll leave you with this. This is going to be almost like we're bringing back the cliffhanger. Mm. What would you say if I said to you, the MCU version of Eddie Brock?
Venom.
In the last dance, it's Venom.
Yeah,
and then you do the Venom verse with Topher Grace, Tom Hardy, and Glenn Powell. Arguably,
Venom, No Way Home.
For different eras, 3 of the most attractive men in film at that time. Like Tom Hardy is the 2000s, 2010s.
I don't hate
the 2020s is Glenn Powell.
And then what? Early 2000s is Topher Grace.
The 80s and 90s was Topher Grace.
Topher Grace.
I don't know. Maybe. Sexy Venom. It's not the last dance, it's Venom.
But Tom Hardy and Glenn Powell, that's between height and age, and you're meant to believe that Tom Hardy's 10 years.
I would.
There's a bit of a difference there.
No, but I would much more believe
that's more Tom Hardy's physical features.
I'd more believe that, he could bulk up, but I'd more believe Glenn Powell's Eddie Brock fighting a teenage or young adult Tom Holland than Tom Hardy fighting Tom Holland.
Yeah,
because Spider-Man,
Glenn Powell, Harry Osborn. If they met in college, no,
because they need to be friends. They need to be a similar age. Because
you're associating 2 people in the same job to be the same age.
No, they're not.
And
they're not to be the same age because Eddie Brock is older and bigger and scarier. Like Venom is scary.
Yeah, but Glenn Powell ain't scary.
We could make him scary because it'd be him playing a villain. They'd make the money because it's sexy Glenn Powell.
He's great. He ain't scary.
No, but Eddie Brock is bigger. We need someone that's bigger than Tom Holland, which isn't hard.
Yeah.
But if you have someone like Tom Hardy, it's like, who is this adult man beating up this child? Whereas you need someone that's a bit... Because what's the age difference between Eddie Brock and Spider-Man? Sometimes they're contemporaries,
Right.
Sometimes they're contemporaries, but a lot of the time, Eddie Brock is older.
Peter Parker.
Eddie Brock.
Relationship? I don't want relationship. What?
So while we look that up, thank you everyone, and we will see you next time.